All right, there are 2 articles for this, right? One of them is the Newsday article, because good old Newsday, we laughing on them until we don't have them anymore. And then the actual OpenAI website that actually has our flag there saying that we are one of the few countries that's partnering with OpenAI, which I have many thoughts on, but let's go first. All right, did it share? Yes, it did. All right, cool. Public Administration Artificial Intelligence Minister Dominic Smith said Trinidad and Tobago is one of the 6 countries worldwide which will be partnering with the global company OpenAI to test the Education for Countries initiative. The Education for Countries initiative is designed to help nations build future-ready education systems by embedding artificial intelligence tools in schools, universities, and to personalize learning, reduce administrative burdens for educators, and importantly, from the public administration side, equip our workforce with the essential skills required for a world increasingly shaped by AI. All right, so that's one site, and then the other site is the OpenAI site, Education for Countries. And this is taking place in 8 countries so far. The 8 countries are Estonia, Greece, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Slovakia, Trinidad and Tobago, and the UAE, United Arab Emirates. And we just happen to be so blessed. Or are we? All right, when you saw this the first time, I ain't saying anything yet, I'll listen first. When you saw this the first time, what did you think, Mr. Akim there?
I mean, I thought it was a good initiative, something that, right, so it's something that would be good, but at the same time, do we have anything in place to really take full advantage of it in terms of teachers being ready to incorporate it into the curriculum and really being able to get the most out of it? Because if teachers themselves not really inclined or not really don't have the training or that kind of thing, I know a couple of months ago it said it had a AI workshop. Some people was on the fence, and after everything, a lot of teachers didn't really get on board with it, so hopefully it's a all-encompassing thing that would bring everybody together to be on the same page, and hopefully they have some kind of framework or common goal that they'll be working towards, and it's not just we get AI and we could use it now.
All right, Michaela, what happened? What you thought?
My first thought was, are we paying for this? If so, why? Second of all, what's the purpose? Why? It doesn't seem like it makes sense for Trinidad. 3, I was like, it's probably something we're doing just to say that, hey, look, the Ministry of AI is doing something. And 4th of all, why? Like, why? Doesn't make sense.
I immediately checked to see, well, on the website, it said it was done in Estonia already, right? So they started off in Estonia. And I tried to find all the articles that I could find that would show me what was being done in Estonia and all those different things. And in Estonia, they have this thing called the LEAP 2025 program, which rolled out to 20,000 students and 3,000 teachers in September 2025, with a long-term academic outcome still being studied. Early performance indicators suggest a positive trajectory. So it trained the teachers and, well, it gave the teachers access to something and it gave the students access to something. And the program is currently ongoing. I don't know how it's being implemented in the school, but they're using ChatGPT EDU, right? In my investigations, ChatGPT EDU is like a sub-program that campuses could use where you can pay for it. And there is a price for Plus, Pro, Business, Enterprise, and Higher Education, but there's also a free tier. And ChatGPT for Education is like put all your notes inside and and create notes, create like a notebook LM kind of vibes, something along those ends. But the free one is, well, of course, $0. Then there's Go for $8 a month. Then there's Plus for $20 a month. And then there's Pro for $200 a month. What you asking, Michaela, is the question that I want to ask also, which is, are we paying for this, or is this a partnership where OpenAI is trying to launch tentacles in different parts of the world so that they could hold on to the AI market? Because Google ain't playing like softball. Google going at this hard, and Google is putting their AI in every single thing to the point where OpenAI fighting back. When OpenAI released Sora, Google released Veo, then Sora 2, then Veo 3, then this and then whatnot. So it's a big battle. And if I were OpenAI, I would have to try to get my market share out of the US market only and try to reach the rest of the world. So my initial view was, okay, OpenAI is trying to get a foothold in different parts of the world so that Google won't be able to just co-opt them when Google is everywhere. So when Google launches their features, everybody getting AI overviews one time. When OpenAI launches their features, everybody only getting what Chat has because they're using the ChatGPT app. But all these other programs and all these different things, Google Classroom is everywhere. Google Workspace is everywhere. So everybody who had Google Workspace before all over the world, they just automatically get the AI with Gemini and everything one time. ChatGPT don't have that kind of legwork or infrastructure. So I think it was just a good business move on their part to try to partner with countries. So in conclusion, I think we're getting it for free.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I believe it's a free thing right now from what I read online.
So I guess the benefit, like you said, would be that they have a foothold within Trinidad, but 3/4 of the times when something is free, you, the customer, are the product.
Fully correct, yeah.
So,
Clip that. Yeah. That means that our data is going to be at the mercy of OpenAI.
And did you see that they're going to start looking at introducing ads in the free tier?
Oh yes, I saw that. Yeah, that's yeah, I remember you sent that one too. Yeah, they will have to introduce ads because, well, it's targeted data. It's literally the queries that you put inside will determine the ads that you're going to see, which is Google model from long time.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're burning through money too, so.
And they're burning through too much cash. They ran through 7 billion. Okay, that number may not be correct, but it's something in the billions per year. And their runway is projected to last till 2027. That's a year, that's 2 years. If they don't start to make back those billions, then OpenAI will go the route of Yahoo or maybe whoever. So them stretching out and expanding to these different countries, I see it as a business move. I don't think Trinidad is in any way like super special that they would have chosen us. But I do think that if you want to get a Caribbean foothold, you have to tackle either Jamaica, Trinidad, or Guyana. And we are the one that, well, it was the...
So,
okay, not take the bait, Michaela, but we are the one that complied because they went to the UAE the other day and they did all kind of talks and all that kind of stuff. And UAE is one of the places. So, in my humble logical opinion, while they were in the UAE, they were discussing that of how the UAE is doing it, and OpenAI was like, hey, that small Caribbean country, we can't get Jamaica because whatever, we can't get Guyana because I don't know, whatever, but let's try with them and see what's going on. Ooh, she likes the US, so let's see if they'll agree. That kind of thing. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling about it. But in terms of the positivity that could come from it, I would endorse it from a technical perspective because the things that OpenAI has done in a short space of time, they really have done a lot. Really have done a lot in terms of pushing, making AI a household name, ChatGPT, all those different things. If we could get it in Trinidad and Tobago, in some sort of constructive way, I see no reason why not. Except for the data privacy part. Because
my main concern is the data privacy part. Not to get political, especially since it's the same administration, but the whole Cambridge Analytica.
You are one of, no, that's not political, that's just facts. Yeah, that's facts.
So I'm very, very worried. I feel like they're gonna say, yeah, don't worry, your data is fine and our data is not fine. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't put anything in ChatGPT that sensitive that you wouldn't probably use in a regular
Akeem, dog, you're speaking from a position of privilege, bro. You're speaking from a position of privilege. You know and you understand. But if you roll this thing out to 20,000 students and 3,000 teachers and the whole government, people not going to sit down there and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to use this some more work. People going to start to be using that in their office. They're going to be sitting down, asking questions, doing all kind of things. They will even be trying to create different images. They will be trying, all kind of things will be going on because the experimentation vibe will be there with the novelty that comes from it, especially if the training is not done properly. If the training not done properly, then they're going to be like, well, you're left up to yourself. See how you can make this efficient for the company. And then all of a sudden you upload the payroll spreadsheet to see if you can make the payroll spreadsheet more efficient. Or help me create, we currently do this thing by paper. Help us to take it. Okay, take a picture of the old payroll for the past 10 years and put it up. Like, who managing that? Like, OpenAI, not exactly known for being very policy oriented. They're more like reactionary than proactive. Like, because it's an experimentation. Yeah.
October 2024, Sam Altman said, I think of ads as a last resort as a business model.
Yeah, and here we are.
Yep.
Here we are.
Same thing, like same example, like persons in like government offices say they're handling my sensitive data and they decide, yeah, I'm going to feed this into ChatGPT. It's just an example, and I'm going to make it better. I didn't consent to my data being used in that way.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't have a choice.
Yeah, and OpenAI, they are kind of rogue when it comes to guardrails because the country or the government or the institution has to put in the guardrails. We ain't putting in no guardrails. We happy like papi. We like, hey, OpenAI working with us. We on the same level of UAE and all these different things and whatnot. Is there nobody sitting down that will be in a meeting and be like, hey, Sam, or whoever it is the person, when you use Trinidad's data, you have to do this, or else we don't want this anymore. Sam will be like, well, all right, cool. I'll check them people down in Guyana. Because the kind of pomp and pageantry that come from the partnership, you could kind of see that we might be the submissive one and say, yeah, go ahead now. It's cool. Mm-hmm. We good. Yeah. I could see that and I could feel that. And without the guardrails, our data privacy and protection was already bad. So yeah, Akeem get kicked out. Internet fighting people tonight, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Our data privacy and protection was already poor. So I get what you're saying. And I not the tinfoil hat data person, but when you roll this out in such a large scale and it being passed through the government, like it being passed through the actual government of your country, that's scary. If it does go that far south. But if it does go good and there's like training and whatnot, the education part, I could get behind the education part because there is potential there. But the administrative and the public administration part, I can't get behind that part because we starting at basically ground zero and trying to get to the 50th floor by doing this AI partnership. Like we should have been at least on floor 30 with maybe at least people doing spreadsheets. Or having structured data.
We have any type of AI framework or regulations or guidelines in place anyway.
Nah, boy, nah. We don't even have the privacy framework. We don't even have the what's the bill that Shiva I'm not talking about all the time.
ICT.
Yeah,
ICT
whatever the ICT governance policy, we don't even have that yet. Like, we barely know how to handle software piracy. Like, actually, we don't even have anything about software piracy. That's why we get so blacklisted when it comes to certain things from bigger countries. Like, you can't access this and you can't access that, you can't access that because, well, if the country have no laws to really put anything in place for it, you don't want to risk your product going there and being abused by those people. So yeah. So my final view will be the education part. I think that has a lot of potential. The public administration and ministry efficiency part, I don't see it. I don't see it being making a big thing. Plus, reporting on this and the measurement of this, that I have zero confidence in. We will hear about all of this now. And then in 2027, so what the AI thing turn out into? They'd be like, well, we had ChatGPT on every computer in the government, which was there all the time. That's why I feel it will come down to.
See, it's our consultancy going on with the UNDP to assess our readiness for AI.
We talked about this last year, right?
Yeah, assessing our readiness for AI.
And then have a partnership one time.
I don't think we finished our assessment, so we're going to implement before we finish the assessment.
Yeah, that's crazy work. If
the assessment say, oh, they're not ready, it's like, we already implemented. So.
Yeah.
Welcome to Trinidad.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your comments and your views, positive and negative. Should social media be banned for children under 12? I want to argue it's not even possible. We'll come back.